anytime I think of Hubtel, I can't really pinpoint exactly what the business does. I know it does so many things. I've seen Hubtel in the SMS business, in the food delivery business, and to be honest, in the retail, you can buy a few, and commercial level as well. There's a lot of transition processes happening with what is going on around the country and other parts. So I'm really trying to define in simple terms what Hubtel does.
So, who is the customer?
So you have
the businesses is a focus on who we're trying to serve.
Okay.
Now, part of the answer is also we go back to don't copy. Now, the world is full of home delivery people losing money. And for instance, Just Eat, I think, never made money. And now they stalled, turning over a huge amount of money, but don't make any money, and never figured it out how it. I don't know the details, but it doesn't look like it, right? So, and we have said from the beginning that we're not going to do anything that inherently doesn't make money.
Okay.
And it doesn't say it has to be making huge money and inappropriate levels of margin or anything. No, it has to make money, or it doesn't earn its right to exist, right? And in that process, there has been quite a few iterations to figure out what is actually what is a model, because how do we tailor it to this environment that makes it a sustainable proposition? And now we know we can't tell you how.
I wish you could tell me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we saw Jumia, if I remember correctly, they were the company that came in first with food delivery services. Then
they started with general e-commerce of selling imported goods, basically, and then they added food services on it.
Yes.
Right? And they never made any money either, right?
And then they came out of the business, and then Glovo came in.
Yeah.
They out.
Yeah.
And then Bolt.
And I don't know what Bolt finances are.
Then Menu Find Africa.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how well they're doing. But if you look at all of those examples of people having a business model that didn't make any money anywhere. So, and here was more difficult, right? So made less money. So then they withdraw from certain areas. And take Jumia. They proudly said we're going to be Amazon for Africa, right?
Yeah.
So copy and try to, but how is, and then they try to retrofit. No, Africa isn't really the same. I don't know the detail, right? But it's sort of what I observed. And if you read the analyst report, which I have done a few times, I stopped doing it because no longer interested. But so that's, you got to be careful before you.
Well, you understand, as a business strategist and a board chairman of Hubtel, that a lot of these businesses and some segments of the business that you're doing, you already know that they don't make profit because other businesses have done it. But then why are you guys still doing it?
Because there is a way to make money.
Okay.
But it's not obvious. And it's quite a lot of, it appears to be a simple business, but it's not. It's not that simple. There are quite a few, well, let's not get into the details of it, but it's not that simple. But it's simple to get started, right? You need basically a motorbike and a phone, right?
Yeah.
So
because over there, right, you have to manage the bikes. The transport services has to be managed. The app services must be managed. The food delivery, reviews, payment. There's quite a lot of things that go into it.
And also your public face to the customer is someone who's not even your employee.
They think they're buying the food from you,
exactly.
right? But it's from a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly.
And they leave you a bad review.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a business model that is, in its raw form, is difficult.
Now let's talk about.
But by the way, we do a lot of things for those customers besides delivery food, and that's a part of the answer, right?
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
You see who the customer is
It's
here,
data.
right? So we collect the money from the consumers, but the consumers isn't the customer, if you see what I mean, right? We don't think about what are we going to do for the consumer. Well, I mean, we have to do that too, right? We have to have good apps and make sure they're smooth and all right, right? But where is the guiding light is how do we help our customers, the businesses, to be successful?
Nah, Hans, I think I've got it. So for your company, it's data.
Yes.
This person uses our SMS service or they use our payment service. We already have them have the data in the decision making that they do. Right. So now let's offer them these services. They may be willing to buy.
And by the way, the answer is way back when they start almost 20 years ago. The banks needed to give statements to their customers.
Okay.
And to use SMS messaging to send them those statements to the people in a village. So they didn't have to walk into the branch to figure out how much money they had or whatever, right? That was one of the first customers for SMS GH. So you see so in some ways nothing has changed. In some ways.
So Hubtel must control a lot of data.
And we have a lot of data. And of course, much of the data is therefore also highly restricted. We can't share it, and it's in all those kind of protocols that falls within the remit of the board to make sure the processes are tight and adhered to, right? So that's part of my responsibility of making sure those things actually happen, right? So we have a lot of data, but we still have a lot of work to figure out how to best make use of it. And which leads to the conversation around AI, right?
Yes,